Hey, before we get into this episode, have you seen that my new book is out? It's called Stop Selling and Help Them Buy Weddings and Events. And it's a book that you helped me write because you would ask me at a conference, which of your books has what you just spoke about on stage? And if it wasn't in any of my books, I'd say it's in the next one. Well, here it is. Here's the next one. How to respond to reviews. What if you don't like doing sales? The 3 questions to ask every prospect, or they can't ask for what they don't know exists. These are just some of the chapters in there. And the beauty is you don't have to read it front to back. You can jump around to any chapter, kind of like my other book, Wit, Wisdom, and the Business of Weddings, where you can jump to any chapter because they're not necessarily connected to one another. And if you want to get free shipping on a paperback copy, go to shopallenberg.com and use the coupon code podcast. That's shopallenberg.com. Use the coupon code podcast. Get free shipping on me. Otherwise, it's on Audible. It's on Kindle. And if you go to podcast.allenberg.com, the links are all there as well. Thanks. What's your hidden potential? Listen to this episode. See where I'm going with this. Welcome to another episode of the Wedding Business Solutions Podcast. I'm your host, Allen Berg. I'm a speaker, author, sales trainer, website reviewer, and I help businesses like yours sell more, profit more, and have more fun doing it. Enjoy this episode. Hi, it's Allen Berg. Welcome back to another episode of the Wedding Business Solutions Podcast. I just finished reading or listening to another book by Adam Grant, who's a professor at the Wharton School in Philadelphia. If you've not listened to his other books or read his other books, this one was called Hidden Potential. I've probably mentioned him a few times because I love reading his stuff. He's got a podcast as well, but different ones that really touched me because they're so usable. And this one hit me as well. So Hidden Potential is talking about exactly that within us. People that have achieved amazing things despite the challenges and despite maybe having failed in the past. And one of the things that struck me about what he said was when he was talking about, are you okay with being uncomfortable? And where it really resonated with me is because he was talking about people who are polyglots, which are people who are fluent in multiple languages. And as many of you know, I taught myself Spanish, which I consider myself fluent, although I could be better. Working on French, and I've just recently started Italian because I might be going to Italy next year to speak at a conference. Woohoo! So I figured maybe learn a little bit of Italian along the way. And what was interesting is a lot of the people that are extreme polyglots, so there could be 5, 6, 7, 8 languages or more, a lot of them were considered poor at learning languages earlier in their life when they were younger, which you would think when you would be better at learning is when you were a child, but these are people who actually learned later. And I certainly can relate to that because I was much, much older when I started learning Spanish and then French and now Italian. And one of the things that was consistent with them is the ability to be uncomfortable or actually seeking out the discomfort. And that it is in that discomfort and working through the discomfort that you actually succeed, as opposed to a lot of people that give up. It gets hard and then they give up. For me, some of my favorite days or favorite lessons when I'm doing language lessons is when it's kicking my butt, because it proves to me what I don't know. And I'm going to say that again. It proves to me what I don't know. And knowing that I don't know and wanting to learn it is what the guide is for me, is what the impetus is for me to keep going. So think about yourself and think about something that you've achieved after having gone through some difficulty there. What helped you push through that? What is it that helped you push through and get where you are, which could be starting your business, and it could be having some tough times. It could have been the pandemic that we powered through and all these different things. But if you think about it, things that you've achieved in your life, a lot of them were because you had to go through difficulty. And what he's saying in the book is that seeking out the discomfort, actually looking to make yourself uncomfortable, and then working through that is how you achieve more and more and more. And I think there are so many parallels to that in our business. There are so many parallels to that in our life. For me, again, I started Taekwondo when I was 39, not when I was 9 or 19, like a lot of people would, and doing that. So you have the physical challenges of being older. I did stop because I hurt my back at 46, second-degree black belt, but I hurt my back at 46. But now, again, the languages and other things that we do, how do you purposely make yourself uncomfortable so that you can work through that instead of just seeking out the comfort zone. I did a presentation, I remember years ago at Wedding MBA about getting outside of your comfort zone. If we're only doing things that are comfortable and that we know we can be good at, how do we actually grow? It's seeking out the unknown. It's seeking out, maybe it's not discomfort necessarily. Maybe it's just the unknown and seeking that out. But, I like when a crossword puzzle is hard and then I get the answer without looking it up. Or I've started doing Wordle as well. When it's hard, it's like, wait a minute, there's not that many words that can be this. What is this? David Hoyt, I know you do that every day. So now I understand. I understand the draw of that. And part of the draw is succeeding when it's hard. And that's where you find your hidden potential. Your hidden potential is not in doing the things you already know you're good at. Your hidden potential is doing things that you don't know you're good at. Back when I was in the corporate world and I was reading a lot of resumes, I came to the realization that resumes are what you have been given the chance to do. They're not what you're capable of. And I remember hiring people and at different times where the resume really didn't fit the job, but the person seemed to. And I said to them, you know what? On paper, it doesn't look like you have the qualifications for this, but I think you can do that. So I'm going to hire you and I want you to prove me right. And it's, again, giving people that impetus to say, show me, it might be hard, but show me that you can do this. Prove to me and yourself that you can do this. So I think we can do this in our personal lives. I think we can do this in our business lives where we can keep growing, because if you're not growing in your business, somebody else is. And when they pass you by, it's not their fault. It's yours for not choosing to move forward. You always want to be looking at your competitors in your rearview mirror so that they're trying to catch up to you. And you know what? They will. And that's okay, as long as you keep moving forward. I don't know who it is, but somebody said to me at Wedding MBA this year, and I apologize for not remembering who it was. It's only 5,000 people there. But somebody said, Alan, I heard you speak years ago, probably 5 years ago, and I thought you were good then, but don't take this the wrong way. But I think you're so much better now. And I said, no, that's an extreme compliment, because I'm always trying to be better. And if you notice that I'm better, even though you thought I was good, if you notice that I'm better, it means I'm accomplishing just that. So are you doing the same thing? Are you tapping into your hidden potential because you're pushing yourself to try things that are new, to do things that are hard, and not shy away from it when the difficulty comes, but actually push through that? Seth Godin had a book about this also called The Dip, where you start something that's exciting and all, and you're making progress, and all of a sudden you dip. It just doesn't feel like you're making any progress, and you feel like you're in this trough. And can you power your way out the other side? Can you power way up, the other side of that dip? And that's where the success is. And that's where it really happens. So where is your hidden potential now? What are you avoiding because it's hard? What are you avoiding because it might be difficult, or you might not be good at it? And another lesson that I learned is it's okay not to be good at everything. It's okay to try something, find out you're not good at it. But if you enjoyed the process, that was enough. So tap into your hidden potential. If you haven't read this book by Adam Grant called Hidden Potential, please do so. So many of his other books are great as well, but I'm just going to leave you with that one, not to confuse this. You'll find them when you look on Amazon or wherever you look for that. And let me know about your successes with this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Wedding Business Solutions podcast. If you liked it, please subscribe to this channel and post a review on your chosen platform, Apple Podcasts or whichever one. If you have any questions about anything in this episode or any of my episodes, email me directly at alan@weddingbusinesssolutions.com or visit my website, alanberg.com, alanberg.com. If you have any suggestions for future topics or guests that you'd like to see, please again, email me or visit my website. Thanks for listening.